Hail Chaos! You might ask, why should I? I am a loyal servant of the Imperium! Chaos heretic dog! Why would I hail Chaos? Well, I'll tell you, loyalist scum, why you should worship Chaos today. Well, we'll start off with Nurgle. I personally am sworn to Grandfather Nurgle. He's my patron deity, and I'm a vector of disease, and so you can see my plague marines. The thing is, the reason I chose Nurgle is because the faction's somewhat more in depth. I mean, it's not like any Chaos faction is lacking depth as goes with most Warhammer factions. They all have some pretty decent definition, depth, and lore to them. But we'll talk about why I like Nurgle so much, and this, I guess, could be considered a lore video. It's also not a lore video. It's just me. It's just like a stoner talking. So, what do I mean by all that? Well, it's pretty simple, man, actually. Nurgle, while giving people disease, these horrible plagues, Nurgle also considers the microbes of life in these diseases just as important as the life of the host. Karate chop, and move him out of the death zone. That's not how this guy lost his spike. He lost his spike like those guys lost their spikes. It's because sometimes we get faded and we play games, and then we karate chop models off tables. And then the spikes hit the ground. It stinks, man. We gotta get better at that. Well, I can only assume that is how it happened. Couple of times I've karate chopped it while I've been getting prepped for games. Long story short is, we're gonna play a game, and somehow the model gets karate chopped. And then it hits the floor. Most of the time it's me. Some of the times, it's somebody else, but I'd say 9 out of 10 times it's me, and I'm just all stoned. I'm like, yeah! So, the beneficence of Nurgle is not bound to any mere mortal senses of, well, this disease making my life hard. Each servant of Nurgle is supposed to be like the Death Guard here. They are paragons of fortitude. So even to be considered with the tooth stomach here, to even begin your mutations, you have to be a extremely tough Space Marine. And we already know how tough Space Marines are. So a super tough Space Marine is what you need before you get the mouth stomach here. The gifts of Nurgle. On the upside is you get a lot tougher. The downside is, or maybe you consider this another upside, is you get a mouth stomach. Or maybe a mouth stomach like this guy. And it might do the talking for you. Who knows? Like I said, it might be the downside. You might consider all these things the upside. And every servant of Nurgle benefits not only from the fortitude blessings and the bliss, the happiness, the fondness that comes with serving Nurgle. You also, I totally forget where I was going with that. You get all of this. You also get to spread kinship. That's where I was going. You get to spread your gifts and find more of your kin of Nurgle. Because Nurgle's all about sharing, guys. Nurgle's about sharing everything. Mostly diseases. Let's not get it twisted. Nurgle's mostly about sharing diseases. But sharing is caring. Now you have the bubonic plague, or the wasting disease, or I forget what they're all called actually. There's one called the droning pox, I think. There's a few. There's a few pretty gnarly diseases. The Death Guard here, they are sworn plague marines that used to be loyalists who, with their Primarch Mortarion, were driven to the edge and fell to chaos in this tormenting of the warp. They were kind of sold out by this one guy who was at the time named Typhon, who's now known as Typhus Cain. Typhus Cain kind of sold him out. As far as what else is great about these vectors of disease, I'm gonna have to get out another model. Oh, and break 7 of them. You see this little dude right here? You see the little dude in the front there? Can you see his little smile? You see his little smiley smile? Do you think he's sad hauling that giant grenade? Please. Please. Nurgle and myself have a soft spot for the small things, specifically Nurglings. And another reason why Nurgle is awesome is just Nurglings in general, and Nurglings kind of epitomize Nurgle to me. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Nurglings are like puppy dogs. They love everything. They're excited, they want to jump on things, they want to lick its face, they want to smell it, they want to roll in it. But the problem is with these puppy dogs are made out of the nether stuff of disease. They are little tiny, like essentially disease goblins made out of disease magic. So not only do they have one form of, space Parkinson's. They've got space Parkinson's. They got space Creutzfeldt Jacobs disease. They got space dengue fever. And keep in mind, this is all this puppy dog sort of thing with all of these diseases. A thing that has the general disposition of an excited puppy dog that is bearing not a few virulent diseases, a bunch of virulent diseases. Does that make sense? It's simultaneously extremely plagued and deadly to humanity and should not be approached or touched or taken lightly, because in their mere brushing against you can give you diseases, which is what they want to do Because they're so excited about life. They love life. They love existing. And they want to share existing with you. But also at the same time, they're going to share some diseases with you. And that's why I love Nurgle. It's because that's what Nurgle is. Nurgle loves life. It loves it. But also, part of that life is, or a major part of that life is, or the entire point of that life is, depending on how you look at it, is bringing disease. And that also is played out in other, like, larger animals in Nurgle, like the beasts of Nurgle, with their heroic intervention rules. That's because they love to be where the people are, guys. Guys, what are you doing? I'm only a giant elephant made out of plagues. Where are you going? Come on, I want to be with the people. Party time! It's party with the plague elephant, everybody. Hey, and they're like, their whole stopping fallback is kind of like, hey, where do you think you're going, man? We're having a good time. Hey, can I come though? You going somewhere? Can I come? So, are you lonely? Do you not have enough friends in life? Do you wish that you could spread disease? Do you need an infinite work? Do you seek to help people find their way forward in life? Do you think that you have a knack for bringing the existence of many to a few, or few to many? Are you extremely proof to adverse conditions? Is your fortitude that of legendary status? Do you seek, when you find something good, to spread it amongst everyone and everything you meet? Sign up for Nurgle. We need scions of disease. We need vectors of plagues. We need the things that make you dead. I mean, plagued. I mean, blessed. There we go, blessed. That's the word we're looking for. Not dead. Not horribly plagued. Not racked with disease eternally. Blessed by Nurgle. Don't pet the Nurglings. We're gonna have to turn this over to the legal guy, who has a few statements to make. Few disclosure: valid, not valid, possible valid. Nurglings are not to be pet. Neither are beasts of Nurgle. Do not approach them. They're usually or not viable for or culpable legally for any claims, flaws, giant growth, third eye, 6th, 7th toes, 18th limbs, or possible death resulting from anything following the Nurgle.